by the end of class today, we need to have a printed out document with 2 images of your animal that you are choosing for your grid drawing. So this video is going to explain how to do it so you can visually see it, and you also will have directions in front of you that explain step by step how we're going to go through the process of cropping and editing our image. So first step, we're going to choose our image. If you have one that you brought from home that's a pet or an animal that you know, then you can upload that to Word. You can insert that in. If you are using one from Google, you're just going to follow step number 2. You're going to copy the image, right-click from Google, and you're going to go to your Word document and paste that image in. So if you brought one from home, you'll insert the image from wherever you saved it from. That's step number 2. Step number 3, you're going to click on your image so that picture format, the tab shows up. Underneath picture format, we're going to go to crop. Underneath crop, there's one that says aspect ratio. This is what's going to change it to the size that we need. If your image is more vertical, like my squirrel, if you can see, is more up and down, so I'm going to go with a vertical portrait size. So portrait, it has 4:5, which is what I'm going to click. If you have a longer animal that is more rectangle, more side to side, then you're going to pick underneath landscape 5:4. But mine's more vertical, so I'm going to go to aspect ratio 4:5. And this is also on your sheet with an example. The most important step you're going to do throughout this whole process is you're going to double check the height and width of your image. This is because we are going to be using this for our grid drawing, so it needs to measure exactly out to 5:4 or 4:5. So as you can see, mine is not correct. Mine is vertical, so I need my height to be 5. So I'm just going to click up on my arrow, and until it's 5, and then my width will change to by default, so it's by 4. If yours is landscape, your height will be 4 and your width will be 5. But that is the most important step that you're going to do. Make sure that the size is correct. Once you're done with that, you can now position your photo, so you can pull on this bottom corner and you can make your image bigger. We want to make sure that our animal takes up most of the space. Some of you might zoom in just on the dog's face or something like that, so yours will be zoomed in more. I want to do my whole squirrel body, but I want to make sure that it takes up most of the space. And so I'm pulling on the bottom corner, and then I'm just clicking on the picture and dragging it so that it is taking up most of the space inside my image. Now I'm done cropping. So we're done with the first part. Now, moving on to step number 5, we got to change our picture to grayscale. So we're changing it to black and white so we can see all the different values of it, which we will be drawing. So I clicked on my picture, so format showed up again. And underneath color, there's recolor. The second one, if you hover over it, says grayscale. That's the one we're going to click on. So now our image is in black and white. After we change it to grayscale, you're going to go back up. Next to that is corrections, and you're going to change to one with a higher contrast. So this is going to be different based on what your image looks like, but I'm going to pick one with a higher contrast, so that's going to be in the bottom right corner. So I'm going to pick the second to last one for my squirrel because it's going to print darker than this, so I wanted to have one that showed more of the light. So now I am done with steps 1 through 6. Now I need to copy and paste my image. So I'm just going to right click, copy, and paste. But I want both of my pictures to be on the same page. So as you can see, now they're on 2. If yours is landscape, so if yours was horizontal, they should both fit on 2. Or both of the image should fit on 1 page. If yours is vertical like mine, we're going to have to change the orientation of the page. So if we go up to layout, orientation, and we're going to change it to landscape so that it is wider. So now both of my pictures are on the same page, but I'm going to add some spaces so that they're not right next to each other. Last step, step number 9, I'm going to add my name, my period number, and my desk number at the bottom of my document. Once you're done with that, you can save this to your H drive so that you have it somewhere where you can access it. You also have to check with me. You have to get my permission before we print this, because it is crucial that it is the right measurement, that it's 4x5 or 5x4. So before you print it, you have to get the okay from me. So make sure name's on it, you have 2 images on one page that are cropped and edited correctly, and then you are done.